I'm Dipesh Patel, editor at Trade Treasury Payments. Today we're at the World Trade Organization discussing digital trade and removing paper documents from trade. I'm delighted to be joined once again by the CEO of Komgo, Salema Badi. Salema, welcome back.
Thank you. Very happy to see you again.
Good to see you too. So look, we're here at the WTO headquarters. So let's jump into the difficult question. Why is it so hard to remove the paper? We've been trying for decades. It's not working. How is Komgo helping?
True. It's a long and challenging journey for sure. Well, we know many of those challenges, right? I'm not going to say anything new if I tell you that it's a legal challenge, it's an operational challenge, it's a cultural challenge, it's
all of them.
All of them operational. People don't have time to allocate to that, very simply. But what we've noticed over the years is that it's not only a question of paper, moving from paper to digital. It's a question of providing to the ecosystem the entire toolbox, tech, people, roles that allow this transformation to happen. And maybe this is why we're struggling so much in this transformation, because what we've noticed as Komgo is that we connect to what people already use, we connect to the legacy IT system, we connect to the new platforms, we provide processes, we provide automation workflows, and this is when you give the full picture of how people can operate, this is where you see this automation happening, this efficiency happening, this removal of paper happening. So maybe we are looking at this challenge with a too narrow point of view, which is paper to digital. Because if you create an EBL, it's not a tech problem. It's very easy to create an EBL. You have standards, that's amazing. You use the standards, you build them, you audit them, you go for it. But what do you do with your EBL? If you don't change the way people operate around the end-to-end business process, it's difficult to use an EBL today.
Yep.
And I think this is really where we're adding an extra layer of value by contributing to this full ecosystem that will allow this EBL to operate as it should operate in the trade world.
Yeah, and it's interesting you say that it's not just about paper to digital and the fact that trade finance is an ecosystem play. So how important are collaborations between those key players to actually digitalize at scale? So the corporates, the financiers, the technology providers, even governments, multilaterals, here we are at WTO. How important is that collaboration?
It's fundamental. I mean, trade does not operate in isolation. We know that, we all know that.
Trade and Treasury, in fact.
And Treasury, by the way. And trade operates with Treasury, by the way. That's extremely important. And sometimes you only discover it when you have problems. You don't think about it as having such a direct impact on Treasury, but it is massive, and we see it with our clients. But to come back to your question, what we've seen over the past years was a lot of collaboration around proof of concept, POC initiatives that were not scalable. And that has been a huge challenge for our industry because it has created a massive digital fatigue. People trying things that were working amazingly well in a test environment, in a non-operational, non-business setup environment. And the problem is that how do you use this at scale? Today, when we onboard clients on the platform, they roll out their full operations. It's not just one test, you measure, amazing. No, this does not work. So we're a bit hit by this digital fatigue, and what we have to do as an industry, and collaboration is even more important for that, is to be sure that we provide users with solutions they can use at scale, and at the time they will invest to set them up, to use them, that can be compensated by the upside they will have on the other side. And that's the big challenge we have, is always to show to the company, to the client, that the time, because going digital is a transformation process. It takes a lot of time. It takes time that you're not giving to other super important topics that you have to manage, especially in current days. So the person wants to be sure, the company wants to be sure, the manager wants to be sure that they do it for the good and for proper upside afterwards. So it's really, really important that this collaboration brings added value to the entire chain and not to isolated initiatives that cannot scale afterwards.
Thank you very much. And what are you doing to ensure Komgo remains, reliable, interoperable, relevant and also, I guess, a sustainable player in the market?
That's extremely important. So we've been here since many years now. Obviously, the founders of the company are one answer to your question. We have 25 leading shareholders today. We started with 13, so they are all strategic investors that are using the platform on an everyday basis, that are pushing the platforms to their counterparts in the market. The platform is owned by them. And this shareholding structure is open, right? It's really an industry initiative. So I think they cannot go back. I mean, it's impossible. Today, as a bank, if you say to your clients, go back to email, good luck. This is not going to happen. If as a trader you say to your bank, I'm going to go back to email, this is not going to happen anymore, right? So that's one part of the answer. Obviously, the systems we have built, so we have two applications, and we have what we call today a trade finance management system, and you have two components in that. You have business applications, so console for banks, and you have GTK for corporates, that allow you to manage your core trade tools, right, and bring automation, efficiency. And then you have the network of users, so you connect on a fully automated way to your bank, to your or the bank to the corporates, and the combination of this brings full automation. Today we have some clients who use the platform to issue 80% of their guarantees without any manual intervention. And this is possible because of this ecosystem we have created, because of the collaboration. And we have more than 300 clients using the platform that are the biggest companies of this world. So you need to imagine that those clients, they audit us on a regular basis, because obviously we manage their trade secrets through the platform. So they're extremely cautious around security, they're extremely cautious about the way we operate their data. And on top of that, we also go through a big list of certifications. The toughest one, we are the only ones to have, being the SWIFT one for trade. So it's a combination of all this, and obviously a team that is there to support the clients coming from the industry to service them in the best way.
Thank you very much. So it's not necessarily about paper to digital. Connectivity and ecosystem play is probably the most important. What's your call to action? What's your ask for the industry stakeholders that are gathered here today at the Digital Trade Transformation Forum?
Good question. I would say keep it simple. I mean, we all know the end goal, we know where we want to go. This is extremely clear for everybody, but now we need it to happen. And to make this happen, like any kind of transformation, we need to take simple steps that prove that it works. And my recommendation would really be to be extremely pragmatic and to agree on steps that can be scalable, replicable, and that will show value, and that will bring us to achieve and succeed in the larger picture, which is indeed removing paper from trade. We all agree on that.
Thank you very much. We all agree on something. That was the CEO of Komgo, Souleymane Badi, joining us at the World Trade Organization in Geneva. Thank you, Souleymane.